Okay, well, welcome everyone. I'm enjoying our long weekend, just like I'm sure many of you are, and obviously we've had our eyes to our friends out east there, wishing for the best with this massive weather storm that has challenged really the forecasters, and it's like lots of things I've always said in terms of weather, it's like they throw darts, but man, when you're talking about such a huge storm, it's been fascinating to look at the forecasters, try to predict, right, where this is going to go. So we're all gluing our eyes there, many of us traveling to Florida for the conference later in the week for some amazing announcements. To be honest with you, I listened to the call on Saturday. It was so exciting to hear John and his words and his humble words of obviously congratulating so many and not even looking at himself, because that's just who he is. And, we all can learn from that, me included, how humble he is. And then hearing Dave chat a little bit about facing his fears. This is a man that honestly is afraid of storms. He's afraid of lightning. He's afraid of thunder. He's told me that for the 4 years that I've spent so much time chatting with him. So for him to drive through, be there, to be the one of the original storm chasers was really exciting, and you can hear it in his words, his passion. So I just wanted to remind all of you, if you hadn't listened to the Saturday recording on valentuscalls.com, go listen to it, because Dave and John did an excellent job of sharing what it takes to be in the position they're in and where they're going. So I just wanted to summarize that. So I'd recommend listening to that call on Saturday and the recording. Now today, I know it's Labor Day long weekend, and at times we cancel the call on the long weekend, but I just thought we would just sort of jump on today and share our thoughts, Nancy and I, along residual income and the power of it and what it can do for you. And for all of us that are going to listen to this call after on the recording and over the next weeks to come, we're all learning. We spent 4 years, Nancy and I, learning this business, and during that 4 years, we've spent a lot of time, as Nancy describes eloquently, bridging each other, bridging other people to really get out of their own comfort zones and to understand what it takes to be able to move forward. And I think that's the biggest message that I'd like to share to start the call off today, is that you've all got to recognize more and more. There was an excellent post earlier on today that Jerry Booth had made about, just being in front of helping others be leaders, helping them step up. And as soon as you can, get out of the front of the room. I learned that a long time ago. Whatever you're going to do to help people move forward, often it's by just sort of forcing them to step up and be in that front of that room. And the expression I heard long ago was, the person at the back of the room is not necessarily the person that's making the most money. You can look at it from two standpoints. One is somebody at the front of the room with the clipboard and the felt pen, writing on the wall or changing the PowerPoint and doing the things that they're doing, doesn't make them be the ones that are having the most success. They're learning and earning through the journey, and hopefully they have some people that have moved to the back of the room that help them get to that point to move them forward. And so I thought that message that Jerry had posted was perfect for kind of the topic today. We've all got to help people step up, and whatever that means to you. So going to conference, fighting your fears, getting through, and obviously we're not holding anything against anybody that can't make it this week, but we'll be there. We're flying 5 in the morning Tuesday, and we're going to be in Toronto, and we'll work our way to Orlando, and our daughter flies on Thursday, and we'll be there Thursday evening, so she'll be there for the events now. And I just wanted to touch on that because there's an example of somebody watching from a distance. She's 18 now, watched since she was 14, her mom and dad get involved in this industry in a big way together as a partnership. And, she was skeptical at the beginning because she didn't understand it. And as she grew into this mature, beautiful woman that starts university next week, she became a fan of it. And part of the fan of it was not because of her mom and dad. It's because she's seen so many other peer group people that were millennials commenting and successfully saying things like, man, residual income, I'm not employable anymore, and I'm not sure I could go do this, and I can't do that. And then, she spent time listening and watching John Aremza's daughter, Nicole, now go to Double Diamond, and John, a great friend, come to our lake home and spend time, and share his lifestyle, share his passion for living. And it just inspired her to want to know more. She started asking the questions, started to kind of develop her curiosity to a sense that she made a decision before she turned 18. And we had locked in a spot for her long ago. And again, that's a tip that I might say to many of you as you get started on your journey. You want to have a position for your kids, even though they're not 18 yet and they can't make money here. And you can hold that and you can buy that extra product in there and build a loyalty and some volume so that, one day, if they do, as this has happened to us, our daughter made the decision to commit here and she turned 18 in July, you could go to work with her. You could go to work with her, take advantage of those years of built up volumes and teams that are building on, and to help her, even though she didn't recognize it and didn't understand it. That's truly what you all have the opportunity to do day one in Valentus. Our compensation plan, our program is very unique. And I actually understand more and more why it's unique, because I've had leaders come to me recently and say, well, I've never been in a company that allows you to change the personal information without getting the permission of the company. And I thought about that as they were saying that to me. And I thought to myself, once again, it's proof of how Dave is a distributor's owner that does this for all of us to be able to succeed and not have to jump through loops, right? Jump through hoops to be able to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. And so when I had these folks coming from other companies saying to me, well, can I, build 2 positions? Can I build 3 positions? I had to remind myself what I did to help my daughter. I had put a spot in place 3 years ago with the 3-year in mind goal of her one day maybe being interested. And my son has a position and he's not interested yet, but who knows if he takes that decision in the next year or two as he sees us further and further advance here in this company. So all of you have that opportunity. All of you have that chance to be able to hold a spot or 2 or 3 in your kids and your siblings' names. And who knows what the future holds, right? You just don't know. It's just kind of like what we were looking at in terms of the storm. Directions can change in your own personal goals. You might have a goal of becoming I'm talking to the youth that maybe you have in your household right now that are part of what Nancy and I seem to really concentrate on is, where are the jobs for our kids? Where are the entry-level jobs for our children? It's scary because it's changing quickly. The industries that existed before are going away. And so as we think about this, relate it to your own child and your own family members, because you could create a better way for them down the future when they are ready. And it doesn't mean that they know everything to do at the time, but you've given them a head start. You've given them a start to be able to have that success. And so, part of the message for today for me, before I let my wife share some thoughts around residual income, is, don't look at today as being the starting point for where you'll be tomorrow. You have to look at today as being the potential of a game changer. And you can't understand what that means maybe until you actually do it. What does that mean when you look at a position today you hold for the future, when all of a sudden your daughter is able to go diamond like she did last night with our help, of course, and all your help for years of past efforts of consumption. It's just the way our comp plan works, and it's exciting that our ownership does this for all of you. He does not demand hoops and loops to jump through. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to share my thoughts around the timing of where we're going. Now it's September 1st. For many of you, the last 6 months, we've kind of made reference to this is the beginning of the company. It's 5 years old now, debt-free. It has probably 6 products in its portfolio that could be frontline products for anybody in Valentus. or any company in the world. It could be Frontline. It could be these products could be, the products that could have made or break them in terms of their business. But we have about 6 of them and more coming. So exciting times ahead. Nancy, maybe just share your thoughts on the power of residual income. And then I'm just going to ask my daughter just to chime in here a little bit about her observations over the last 4 years of watching and learning and earning. Go ahead, Nancy.
Hey, everybody. I don't know what I'm more excited about right now, actually. I am super stoked about heading into Florida. I know that the last time we went into Florida, that there was a big storm brewing. And honestly, when we got there, we went to our home that we had there at the time, and I was surprised. I mean, they had people evacuating and doing all kinds of stuff. And when we got there, there were some trees tipped over and some billboards ripped and really minor things. I believe I heard that Disney didn't even close for one day. So, they have it all lined up down there for these storms. They know how to ride that wave. And so I know that we're going in there. I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about seeing everybody. I know Dave has some incredible stuff in store for all of us, and I can't wait to get down there. I'm also really excited about the fact that Jacklyn has managed to go diamond, of course, with Don and my help, and what that means to her, the residual income and what that can mean to her future, and just the vision and being able to see this. I know Danielle King has resonated with Jacklyn. She's part of that millennial group, and just seeing that Danielle can have her passions of being a musician, of which anybody on here that hasn't looked at Danielle's new single, Don't, please do. We listened to it last night at our table, and it was amazing. The multiple of people that are able to do what they're passionate and still do this is just incredible. And so my daughter's future, going into university as a diamond, being able to share this opportunity with other students while she goes to school, share it with all the people that she enters into her life, is just, I'm super excited about what that's going to mean. And the difference making of residual income, the idea that she can focus on what she's passionate about and still be able to do this when she wants and fit it into the cracks of her lives, like Dawn and I. We are full-time business owners. We fit our business into the cracks of our lives, and it is unbelievably successful. And to be able to give that to her is not something that you can do. If you give your child a traditional business, you've basically given them a job. And this is something that I can give her, Dawn and I can give her, that gives her a future to build it to whatever she wants. That's not like any other thing that there is out there in the world. Our ESPs are amazing, but this is something that she can build into whatever she can dream. And I love that. I am super excited about that. And I hope you guys on this call can see what that could be to somebody you love. It's just super exciting, and I'm really excited about what it's going to mean to her future and our futures, because watching her grow is going to be the most rewarding thing that I could ever possibly dream of, really.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes to put into words what it means to have people step up, right? And our journey has been an interesting one because, much of what we've done has come from past learnings, right? I'm just sitting here thinking about what else I could tell you before my daughter comes on here just to share her thoughts. And, she's nervous. She's never really had the limelight before, and she's not, she's an unassuming leader. I watched her play volleyball, and she won the award for the hardest working player. She also won an award for the silent leader. And it's interesting for many of you that have that comfort zone where you're not sure, how you could do what you want to do here. And yet, you see others suddenly get in front of the microphone or get in front of a call or get in front of a stage, and you ask yourself, could I do that? And yes, you can. It can be as little as just dreaming again, believing in yourself again, and stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, I'm going to do this. And I've watched her do that for the last 4 or 5 years, where she went through competitive volleyball and advanced now to get a scholarship. And so, anyways, there, Jacklyn, can you just share your thoughts around, watching the last 4 years, making a decision based on what you've seen here? My little daughter, Jacklyn. Here she is.
Hi, everyone.
Go ahead. Come on.
Sorry, I'm just a little emotional right now. I'm just so proud of my parents, watching them, all this growth they've had in this industry is just incredible. And going through high school, being one of those kids having absolutely no idea what I want to do my future, and to be able to have this opportunity is just truly incredible. And I've been fortunate enough to watch my parents over the years invest millions and millions of dollars into traditional businesses, and honestly, it's hard, and it's hard to see them go through that stress that it brings. But then when they found Valentus, it was just like an eye-opener to me to see them make more money than both their traditional businesses combined. And it wasn't even the money that opened up my eyes to this industry. It was just the power of connections and seeing my parents happy again and helping people. And so my dad just handed me a couple 6-day experiences, and I wasn't even in the business yet. And I helped one of my friends, actually, and she lost 7 pounds in 6 days. And it was almost intoxicating to help someone like that and see how happy they were to finally get results. And I don't know, I'm just super excited about it. And it's just such a powerful industry, and it was just a no-brainer for me once I turned 18 to join something like this.
And Jacklyn, I mean, you've got so many of your friends now that are watching you and asking you questions more and more and more, and a few of them have jumped on board and continue to ask more and more. And we've got family member friends of ours that are on your team that are supporting your efforts without even really, knowing how committed you are. But, can you talk a little bit about how that reward is now to have friends that have been watching suddenly asking you more, just even this weekend, somebody saying, how do I get involved, Jacklyn? I'm so excited. Like, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's just, I've been lucky enough because I know there's a better way, and I feel like since I'm the youth, and I feel like it's my job to share with other people that just open their eyes that there is a better way. You don't need to trade your time for money. You can, sure, this takes time, but it cracks your life, as my parents always say. And they're just so excited to hear that this is out there. Just so many people don't know anything about network marketing and how flexible it really is.
Well, I mean, you're traveling on Thursday to Florida with on your own, actually, and you're going to be meeting Jordan and rooming with Jordan Griffin, Brett and Andrea's daughter, who's super excited, starting her university times again, year 2 in Regina, but she's building a business here. And I mean, the fact that you guys can do this together and mentor each other and teach each other, what it is that you think will help others is exciting too. And I think that's something for all of you to take from this recording after you listen to it and share this maybe with your friends who are looking at this for their kids for the future. man, we've seen it. We've seen it firsthand, the risk and what it can be in business today and how that can hurt you and your family. And then when you could look at something that for as little as $20 one time to start up, buy some products, work your way up, position yourself, and who knows if it's 2 or 3 years from now. I mean, I've heard John say he's had people that have sat on the fence for years watching, and then when they click in, it's because the timing is right. You know, so for us, the timing was right to help our daughter get going here with a position that we had held for really 3-4 years, and then turn on the switch and say, let's do this, and to do it together. You know, to do it together, it's just such a powerful opportunity. I don't know of any industry in the world where you could do this for as little as this one actually is involved. I thought about this the other day, and I was thinking about all the advancements that are going on worldwide in Valentus and the different ways people are advancing. You know, there is no particular secret sauce to this other than commitment. And I don't know of anybody more committed than the people that are advancing to the blue and the royal level, and how amazing it is that they're helping their teams triplicate and what that means and how they're advancing that. I mean, they're committed to helping people become legacy qualified. That's their goal, always number one goal. And we're teaching our daughter that over and over now, and she'll be at the conference learning and earning next to us. And you know, after that conference, she's going to inspire a whole pile of people her age. And that's really what is the message for us as networkers. Sometimes our peer group is completely different than somebody else's, and that's why it works. That's why getting into that circle of influence of others is so important. The fact that, you know, we are working with people that are doctors and chiropractors and lawyers and business owners and moms and sisters and brothers and, you know, people that are car mechanics or mailman or mailwoman or whatever it is. Those circles of influence are different than the ones that I grew up with. So I don't know the people they know, and they don't know the people I know. And that's networking. So get your head around networking. Know that the growth is there for all of you if you put your mind behind it. Make a commitment. And, you know, if you can't make conference, if you're not coming to conference, just get ready for the announcements when they come out of conference, and just how exciting we're expecting the growth to be for the rest of September and the rest of, you know, this year and heading into 2020, when many have said that'll be the year that this company certainly breaks, you know, records of the industry. So anyways, that's our thoughts this morning. You know, we're excited for everybody out there that have advanced. So proud of the double diamond, Kim Booth and Karen and Kevin Paschke, and, you know, Linda Kelly breaking diamond, and Justina Cordova making diamond, and Doug Ellison making diamond. I mean, these people have been working hard, and it's not any different than anybody else out there. You've got to work at it, and you've got to commit. Man, I tell you, you know, you want to talk about it being easy, right to midnight. 3 minutes before midnight, Doug worked to get that diamond qualification done with his team. And you know what was fascinating about that? I want you all to know, his team wanted it worse than he did. They wanted it because they wanted to prove that they could do it together as a unit. And I think that's another message for today's call is look for your commitment in the mirror, but then, you know what? You'll be surprised to see how many people want it as bad as you want it. And they want it for you because they know you're going to help them. So great company, great message, I hope, today for all of you. I want to thank my daughter for jumping on. It was a nerve-wracking thing for her. And, oh, man, she's inspiring my wife and I to grow even further and step up even further to help as many people as we can. Nancy, any final thoughts before we sign off?
I can't wait to see you all in Florida. Be there, move mountains if you have to. I know that some of you might be scared, but don't be scared, because it's everything that's good in life is on the other side of your fear, and everything that you need is on the other side of your fear. So just get there.